Hi everybody, I'm Jeffrey Allen, an energy healer and spiritual teacher. And you might be wondering, what is spiritual fitness anyway, and how can it help me? And the idea of spiritual fitness really encompasses three big topics that I've been looking at for a long time. The first is a measurement of your progress in your spiritual growth. And this is important because I've been watching my students throughout the years, and I've always wondered why, given the same training in the same class, why do some people integrate the information easily and put it to use in their life and really grow quickly and gracefully and smoothly, but other people that are just as motivated, that are putting in just the same amount of time and effort and energy, struggle. And they struggle to apply it, they struggle to learn it, they struggle to remember it. And you may have this experience yourself sometimes, and I've had it too. And what I realized after watching the energy is that, this has to do with what your current level is at. How much fitness do you have in your spiritual space? So for example, there's always a learning curve, and when you're first starting to do something, that learning curve is a little bit steep. You're putting in more and more effort, and you're making progress, but it seems like it's work. Then there's a point at which where it kind of tops out, where now that you're in this state where you're more fit or more ready and have more experience, you tend to go faster and easier. It's kind of like you turn in, now you're going downhill instead of uphill. And this point at the top is what I call spiritual fitness. When you're there, things start to go easy for you instead of being a struggle and being hard. And that's exactly what I see in my students. People that have a level of spiritual fitness can apply the training and can get things very easily and pick up new spiritual concepts, and their life tends to flow easier and easier. Now, I can put this in another term that may make it easier for you to relate to, and that's if you think about physical fitness, it has the same thing. So in physical fitness, we all know that if I'm out of shape and I'm not physically fit, then it's going to be hard for me to engage at my highest level physically. So for example, if I wanted to run a marathon and I bought new shoes and I got really excited and I got all the information I needed, but I hadn't actually practiced before the marathon, I could show up, put on my shoes and start to run my little heart out, but I'm not going to make it, right? I'm not going to make it through that marathon. Now, somebody that has a higher level of physical fitness, maybe a dancer or a football player, even if it's not in running, they're going to be able to make it through that marathon because they have that level of physical fitness. The same thing is true for spiritual fitness. If you have your level of spiritual fitness up, it's easy for you to work at your highest potential in classes and in your life. Now, there are two big ways that you can develop your spiritual fitness. The first way is kind of the traditional way, which is to put in the work. And that means that you're meditating all the time, you're working on yourself spiritually, and you're putting in years of effort to get to that level of spiritual fitness. And that's a great way. But there's a shorter way too. You can also work with activation. Now, activation is a way of temporarily raising somebody's level of fitness by assisting them. And we can see this in group classes. We can also see this if you're hanging out with a teacher who is at that higher level of fitness. Your level of fitness will naturally come up temporarily while you're with them. So if you've ever wondered why, when you're with your teacher, why you can do all those fantastic things, then you go back home and it's a little bit more challenging, that's why, is that you're getting that bump in your fitness while you're in the class. Now, ideally, you want to get that bump through activation, both with your teacher and with the group energy, because with a group, you tend to pick up the energy of everybody else. So in the physical world, you actually have to work out, right? You have to work on your body. But in the energetic world or the spiritual world, if the people around you are working out, you'll get that same aha, that same benefit with them. So group growth is really fast in spiritual training. This is why group classes work so well. Now again, ideally what you want to do is get that activation from the group and the teacher, and then have it sustain. So just a little bit of practice on your own will let you sustain that level of fitness without having to go through all the work to get there on your own. Now, the second part of spiritual fitness is actually a movement that I see happening on the planet, this big trend that I've been watching, and this is really exciting. So we're moving out of the phase where things are sort of complicated and difficult spiritually and into a place where they're much easier. And you can look at this again in what happened with physical fitness. There's been a big physical fitness movement that happened within my lifetime. And I know when I was young, if I saw somebody running down the street, I didn't know why. I thought there was a fire or they were in a hurry or something. Just, we didn't have this concept that they were trying to get into shape. And then later on, we'd see some people running, and then soon after that, that was kind of normal, then it was kind of hip, and now it's expected. And that was the physical fitness movement that we went through. same movement is happening right now for spiritual fitness. We're going through this huge spiritual fitness movement where it was kind of weird not that long ago. If you said I'm meditating or I'm into energy or something, people thought you were a little bit nuts, and it just wasn't that great. Well, I'm here to tell you that those times are over. We're in the middle of this movement now. So if you talk about meditation, especially if you're talking at people that are at a high level of performance and productivity and impact, people get it. They're like, oh yeah, I meditate because it makes my day go better. I meditate because it makes my impact bigger in the world. It makes me more present and focused. It makes my relationships better. So people get it that meditation and spiritual practice affects all different areas of your life. And we're past the weird part. Now we're going to move soon into that place where it's kind of expected and even cool, and even to the place where if we feel like we're not taking care of ourselves spiritually, we're kind of neglecting ourselves in some way. And I'm really excited to see that, because that's going to bring in a whole change in the way that we interact with each other on the planet. Because when you're at this level of spiritual fitness that we're all going to be at, you start to notice that we're all connected to each other, and some of the conflict and war and struggle that we're going through right now will actually get much better. Most of it will just go away as we move into this spiritual fitness movement a little bit deeper. So right now you've actually got 3 choices of what you can do with this big trend, this big energy of the spiritual fitness movement. 1, you can resist it and pretend it's not happening and fight against it. And what's going to happen there is your life is going to get more difficult. You're going to struggle more. You're going to wonder why the things that used to work for you don't work anymore, because the energy is shifting. And some people will do that. Or 2, you can just kind of ignore it and just not engage. Now what's going to happen there is that you're going to miss out on the benefits of being more present in your relationships, being more present with yourself, of really interacting at that highest level that you can spiritually in all different areas of your life. You'll notice that your impact will be a little bit more difficult too. So you might be trying to do things and wanting to do things, but you can't quite make it. It's like that marathon, right? You don't have the level of spiritual fitness to do all the things that you actually want to do. So that's if you ignore it. Now, number 3, of course, is the one I'm advocating, is that you embrace this spiritual fitness movement, and that you get some training and you work on it and you bring your level of spiritual fitness up, because then you can operate at that highest potential with your spirit, which again affects all different areas of your life. Personally, in your relationships, in your business, in your impact, everything is affected by your spiritual fitness. So that brings about the 3rd big thing that is spiritual fitness, and that is that spiritual fitness is really a lifestyle choice. So if you're tired of struggling and working really hard and kind of going around in the same patterns that you've been in before, choosing to go for spiritual fitness as a lifestyle will bring you out of that. It'll put you into that space where there's synchronicities happening all the time for you, and life seems to flow really easily, and you're really enjoying yourself so much more. You'll also notice at this higher level of spiritual fitness that the things that used to bother you just don't bother you anymore. So if it was something that would make you angry before, isn't making you angry anymore, or something that used to be a pattern that you couldn't get out of, now it's easy to get out of that pattern. And this is really fun. It's just because your level of awareness is up. So there's so many benefits to this spiritual fitness as a lifestyle choice. So to recap, spiritual fitness is 3 things. First, it's a measurement of your progress in your spiritual growth. Are you still at the place where you're moving uphill and you're working really hard but not getting the results you want? Or are you on that downhill side of the learning curve where things are easy and it's coming to you very easily and you're operating at your highest level spiritually? Number 2, spiritual fitness is a movement that we're going through on the planet right now. We're transitioning from a place where personal spirituality was a little bit challenging, a little bit strange, and into a space where it's recognized that yes, it's great to be spiritual, it's great to meditate, it's great to engage yourself, and that's going to affect all different areas of your life. Your personal health, your relationships, your impact, your business, all these things are affected by your spiritual fitness. And third, spiritual fitness is a lifestyle choice. So are you choosing to put in the effort and the energy to maintain your spiritual fitness so that you don't have to struggle anymore and you're not having to kind of fight against the world, and you're moving at a very quick and easy pace and enjoying all those amazing benefits of being more present in your life? So I hope that you'll join me in this spiritual fitness movement, as so many people are, so you can really enjoy those amazing benefits of having your personal spirituality operating at that space of spiritual fitness.